Uh, Continuation of a process here, reading from the same material here on self-remembering. Gurdjieff moves into the idea here of substance, and I will read it. Here, this is another person here, Mr. L. Okay. I want to talk about what was awakened in me by the reading we just heard, about what was said in regard to playwrights who look at others without ever looking at themselves. I think I saw myself several times earlier, but for some time now I have been unable to see myself. I also see the faults of others, but I would like to see my own faults. I would like to see myself as I am. I used to be able to remember myself, but now I no longer can. That's interesting. Gurdjieff says, in response to that, does the answer to the preceding question correspond to your problem too? A problem with self-remembering. Mr. L here says, yes, and then Gurdjieff says, well, then do the same thing. If you don't smoke, again, we're talking about real sacrifice of a habit that the body, the physical body desires. It has to be a real sacrifice. And here he is referring to smoking cigarettes. If you don't smoke, choose something else. But struggle in this way. Try. This will be a good measure for you. Do the same thing and struggle with yourself. For example, connect this with your evening meal. Choose a task of remembering. If you remember yourself, eat dinner. If you forget to fulfill your task, well, if you forget to fulfill your task, self-remembering, then punish yourself. Don't eat dinner. The next day you can eat breakfast, but this only concerns dinner. In the evening, if you have not remembered yourself, don't eat dinner. Don't eat dinner until you have remembered yourself. You will understand new things about yourself. You will be able to see new sorts of dogs in yourself. Here you accept everything. You are ready to do anything, but in life you do nothing. He is speaking in terms of the mist and conditions of life of itself, ordinary life, in where we live, move, and have our being. Right. It is necessary to do, again, in the midst of conditions of life of itself, where we live, move, and have our being. It is necessary to do in life, not just here with me. It is necessary to do in life. Up to now, nobody here has ever done anything in life. Here on Thursdays with friends, at meetings, you talk, you philosophize, But this is worth nothing. It's worth nothing. Everything I say is only for the purpose of clarifying the things of life. It is in life, in the midst and conditions where we live, move in life. You know, in the workplace, or at the supermarket, and wherever, at the doctor's office, dentist office, and wherever. It is in life that these things count, that it is important to do. Now, Dr. B then says, Dr. B, I would like to ask a question about the relationship between work and fatigue. It seems to me there is a difference between work efforts and automatic efforts. Outer work takes energy. Inner work is the opposite. Inner work should accumulate energy. It should even be restful if it is done correctly. But for me, it's the opposite. At the moment of making an effort, something believes that the gates to which energy escapes will close automatically. But it's the opposite. I become very tired. I lose my energy. Well, Gurdjieff then says to that, on the other hand, you keep it. Consciously, we eat the electricity that is in the body and transform it. This establishes in us a force. In ordinary life, you automatically lose this force. But here, it's not the same thing. It's not the same kind of fatigue. This other fatigue has a future. It's tiring, but it brings you a substantial result. It refills your accumulators. If you continue, a certain substance will refill your accumulator. Today, the more you tire yourself, the more your organism will produce this substance. And Dr. B then says, is fatigue favorable or unfavorable to the effort of concentration? And Gurdjieff then says, if it's ordinary fatigue, it's not worth trying to make the effort. With that, you can't even do the ordinary things of life. You lose the last of your strength. Work depends on another accumulator. There is a law for this kind of fatigue. The more you give, the more you receive. The more you give, the more you receive. And again, these processes of reading for me are experiments for me on my own part. I wish to remember myself. I can. I wish to remember myself, to remember myself.